I'm your host, Davina Shinsky, and you're listening to Live Without Limits. Dreams come true with the right mindset. Today's presentation is the 6 healthy habits that I use to beat procrastination, and you can do it too. Now, procrastination is also one thing that happens in time management, that it's one of the things that keep you from managing your time effectively. So taking that as a sign, as something that you need to work on. So my advice is never do a tomorrow what you can do today. Procrastination is the thief of time. Callahan, Charles Dickens, David Copperfield. Do you ever find yourself with a long to do list and no willpower to actually do anything? Are you always pushing things on your schedule and telling yourself that you will do them in the future rather than just doing them? Well, guess what? You're not alone. Studies have indicated that 15 to 20% of adults chronically are affected by procrastination. 25% of adults consider procrastination as one of their personality traits. I also used to be one of these people until the day that I told myself that I had had enough and needed to actually start getting things done. The steps that I took after making this decision weren't necessarily easy, but they had to be done. Before I jump into what I did to beat procrastination, let me start off by explaining what procrastination is. What is procrastination? The term procrastination has roots in the Latin language. It comes from two Latin words, pro and crastinus, and it directly translates into put things off until tomorrow. Procrastination refers to the practice of constantly putting aside and delaying tasks until the last minute, and sometimes even past the deadline. While some people confuse procrastination with laziness or believe that the two terms are interchangeable, that is not really the case. Someone who procrastinates always ends up having everything done. The- They might be late, but they will do it. Unfortunately, the same can't be said about a lazy someone. Moreover, procrastination may be because one is anxious or feeling overwhelmed, disconnected from their failure selves, or they want everything to be perfect so they won't start unless they know that it will be perfect. On the other hand, laziness is because one is lazy. Personally, I lacked motivation and was scared of failure. When I had work to do, I would all of a sudden see the need to clean up my room, tidy the whole apartment, do meal preps, and do anything else besides the work that I am supposed to be doing. After some personal evaluation, I realized that I was stuck in a cycle that was damaging to my future self. I realized that I wasn't as productive as I wanted to be, self sabotaging and taking longer to achieve my goals. I was constantly under pressure because I never did anything on time. 8 habits I used to beat procrastination. And I told myself that I needed to change. These are the ways I used to beat procrastination. I hope they can also help you to become more productive. Now, before I get into the habits, I also want to say this, that remember this, you want to manage your time effectively. It's like goal setting. When you have a goal and you're looking from the beginning to the end, it can be really daunting. But if you take it down and break it into smaller daily activities, then before you know it, you've reached your goal and it doesn't feel as daunting. And that's why when we talk about time management, one of the problems that people have in getting things done is procrastination. So the first thing is to acknowledge that you are procrastinating. Just like with most things, the first step to beating procrastination is to acknowledge it. At the end of each day or week, look back at your productivity and pattern of getting things done. If you notice that you are often putting things aside until the next minute, you might be procrastinating. The realization might be made because you're frustrated, but you need to remember that procrastination is normal and common. You shouldn't beat yourself up about it. Be kind to yourself and realize that you are doing something about the problem. Get to the root cause of the problem. Now that you know that you're a procrastinator, the next step is to figure out why. As I mentioned earlier, there are several reasons why one can procrastinate. Determining the root cause will help you deal with the problem from its roots. You might realize that you avoid tasks because they are boring. In this case, it might be helpful to deal with the boring tasks first and then move to the more interesting ones. When we look at time management, always remember this, by doing the things that you enjoy doing first, then what happens is you are basically procrastinating when it comes to doing the things that you don't like to do. That's why when it comes to time management, it's often said the best way to get things done is to do the things that you don't enjoy doing first. You could be procrastinating because you don't know where to start. This could be solved by breaking every task down into smaller and easier to achieve bits. Some common root causes of procrastination include health issues, stress, low self confidence, perfectionism, poor concentration, inability to stop, figure, wait a minute, let me go back up. Inability to stop, fatigue, all or nothing mentality, psychological conditions like ADHD and depression. Hold yourself accountable. Find an accountability partner. I found it easier to get my work done when I joined a writing support group. We would meet weekly and write down our weekly goals and see if we have accomplished our goals for the previous week, answering to someone as to why I wasn't able to accomplish my goals pushed me to work hard and ensure that I've achieved all my goals. Break your tasks down. 5 small tasks seem more achievable in comparison to one big one. Having one big thing on my to-do list always made me anxious, and I never knew where to start. Breaking the task down gave me some structure that I needed and allowed me to easily work through my tasks. When I looked at my to-do list, which has a series of small goals, I felt less overwhelmed and confident that I could be productive. Commit to what you're working on and avoid multitasking. Multitasking might seem like the order of the day, but once I stopped doing it, I realized that I was getting more done more efficiently, focusing on one task until it is complete means that my brain does not have to constantly switch between two or more tasks. I get satisfaction from ticking things off my to-do list, knowing that they have been completed to the best standard possible. Rephrase your thoughts. Procrastination starts when your thoughts. Therefore, rephrasing your thoughts allows you to view your task from a different and more motivating perspective. Develop and uphold a positive mentality. One great way to develop positive outlook in life is to start your day with positive affirmations. Procrastination can be a big hindrance to your ability to achieve goals and progress in life. The moment that you realize that existence of the problem, it is best for you to start working on it instantly. But and don't procrastinate. This is a great step towards being productive and achieving success. It might seem difficult or almost impossible, but when you adopt some habits and stick to them consistently, bait, you can beat procrastination. Remember to be kind to yourself and take one day at a time. And remember this, if you have a problem with procrastination and you don't know how to get started, take a course on time management because it can really help you to become more efficient with your time and also help you to learn to get over some of the things that you do when it comes to procrastination. Another thing you can do is learn how to set goals and keep to those goals and break them down into daily activities because then when you do so, then you're also helping yourself improve your procrastination on anything that you do.